SBMM, as we all know, is a huge problem in Call of Duty. And you guys are probably thinking, Daniel, why do you make so much videos about Call of Duty? Well, it's because I like it. Okay, it's one of my favorite franchises in human history, and I'm not even kidding. And it's just something I grew up playing, man. I love the older games, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, World at War. Like games between COD 4, I even say all the way to Black Ops 2. That was peak Call of Duty. That's what most people prefer as the golden age of Call of Duty. And I will 100% agree. It's just incredible. I mean, experience after experience, just you got something new, fresh, and different. It seems like now each Call of Duty game is just mostly like copy and paste type thing. You know what I mean? But, anyways, today what I want to talk about, though, as I said, is not Call of Duty and its problems, but it's just specifically SBMM. I've been seeing a lot of videos and a lot of takes on Twitter saying that how SBMM is the worst thing ever and SBMM is ruining Call of Duty. And I honestly 100% agree. It seems like every time you play Call of Duty nowadays, it's either you do good or you get crapped on. All right, and there's no in between. Like there's no game where you're like, "Oh, I did somewhat okay." No, it's either you do good in a match or you get watered on. Like that's it, man. And it seems like for me personally, every time I hop on Call of Duty, the first game I play, I always do good. I'm like, okay, I got like maybe Modern Warfare 2 2022, you can't really get that much kills. I get like about 35 kills and like 12 deaths, or sometimes like 30 plus kills and like 7 deaths. I'm like, okay, that's a pretty good match. Some people, some sweats and no lives out there will think that's a horrible match. Listen, I think that's a pretty good match for an average Call of Duty. I'm an average Call of Duty player. My KD, I checked Modern Warfare 2 2022. My KD was 1.22 before I played the beta, or when I was playing the beta. 1.22. A lot of people will consider that, like a lot of tryhards and people online will consider that butt cheeks, but I think that's pretty average, in my opinion. So even with the 1.2 KD, it seems like you play one match and do good, right? And then the next matches, man, you get crapped on and your teammates are trash cans. I mean, your teammates have no IQ, no nothing. They don't play objective. I mean, there's no really point, honestly, in playing objective in Call of Duty, but it seems like you always have to do the carry load. Like you're always getting the most kills, you're always getting the most everything, and then your teammates are just all going negative. Like there's matches where I'm the only one going positive on my team. I'm like going 30 and like 25. I know that's trash, but like that's just what it is, right? And then my teammates are like 7 and 15. 12 and like 33, just horrible, right? It seems like every match you play, it's either you're on top of the leaderboard or you're just like in the middle. I mean, I don't know, man. I just think that SBMM is a big problem in Call of Duty, and I do agree with a lot of people how it's just very turned up because if you really think about it, SBMM is mostly to protect the booty of the booty players. I mean, the players that don't know nothing about the game. The new players, those are basically the players that SBMM protects. And if you really think about it, it's a smart move by Activision. Because us OG fans, like chances are you're watching this video, you're probably an OG fan or you've probably been a fan of the franchise for a while. So you can see through the bullcrap. Like you can see through the problems, right, with Call of Duty and the bundles and stuff. But for the really new player that doesn't go online, that doesn't look at Reddits or that doesn't, look at YouTube videos, they see all these bundles and think, oh my gosh, I want the Nicki Minaj skin. So they buy the bundles because, again, they're doing pretty good in their lobbies. As I said, they're very new players. So that's what makes them get the new bundles. So that's a pretty smart move by Activision if you really think about it, because these like younger players or players that really never play the game, they don't see through the bullcrap like we do. Another huge problem with SBMM is that a lot of people's gameplays out there are mostly reverse boosted. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like all these COD channels that get like 100 kills and like 2 deaths, and it doesn't even feel like they're shooting back at them. It's because they're playing in reverse boosted lobbies, which I think is an exploit of SBMM that needs to stop. Reverse boost lobbies, dude. Like nothing's really genuine anymore in Call of Duty. Like who remembers back in the day if you dropped 100 kills, like that was insane. That was an insane feat because no one really reverse boosted. I mean, I guess kind of, but I feel like SBMM back in the day wasn't as bad because it's not only one is it not really crossplay, but two, matchmaking was all about the ping. Who remembers host privileges and stuff, like it matched you around players close to your area. But now, since it's live service, it matches you with players like all around the world, right? And I think another fault of SBMM is that your connection is going to be garbage. It seems like every game I'm getting packet burst, or from the newer CODs, packet burst, freaking lagging. I'm getting just like the hit detection is garbage. And that's because of SBMM, man. It has to pair you against people around your own skill level, which sucks, man, because like SBMM should only be in ranked play. Like you'll think, okay, getting matched against somebody that's kind of my skill, that should be for the ranked play. That should be for Like you should gain something for beating players at your own skill level and moving up. But even if like the fact that it's in casual multiplayer, it's like what's the point even playing if you're not gonna get anything? Because you really don't get anything. What do? Level up, and then like what each season your level resets or something like that, or like the prestige. Like leveling up in COD is a joke nowadays. It is a joke, man. This whole season level system is awful. Like they need to go back to just the classic prestige. That's what worked. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Call of Duty is literally the definition or the opposite of that. If it's working, fix it. That's Call of Duty in a nutshell, man. It's because they have to sell the game of the year. The Call of Duty should not sell games every year anymore, and I already said that a million times. But let's stay at the topic at hand. SBMM is a thing that needs to be stopped, and it needs to be stopped now. Okay, I definitely do think that it ruins the casual COD experience, and that's what kind of drives me away. Like Call of Duty now, when you play it, it's just super exhausting. You play for like 2 matches and you're already off the game because it's just exhausting. Like you have to sweat every game. You can't play Call of Duty like this. Like you have to, go like this so you can actually hit your shots and stuff. And then people are like jumping, using like shotgun. It's just like ridiculous, man. I feel like back in the day I could have just easily like sat back and pretty fun game. But now with people with like this obsession of movement as well, people like jump shotting you and just like man, it's just annoying. You know what I mean? And as I said, I'm an average COD player. I'm like your average casual COD player. I don't play Call of Duty to try to get clips or to sweat or anything like that. And that's what I got paired up mostly with an MW3. An MW3, I talked about this already, but I mostly got paired up with people with like Twitch handles and kick handles. And like when you see like live and their client tag, like, okay, they're probably going to be sweaty because they want to put on a show, right? And that's 100% true. I mean, people were like slide canceling, YYing, and it's just like, it's just ridiculous, man. So I do think that SBMM does suck and it needs to be removed from Call of Duty. They just need to go back to the old matchmaking. I mean, I kind of think it's impossible to go back to the old matchmaking system. Actually, no. I think it is possible, but will it ever happen? Absolutely not. Because I guarantee you, 95% of the casual players are the one that buys the bundles, or like 80%. Okay, 95 is kind of crazy, but 80% of the casual player base, the players that are absolute garbage at Call of Duty, that have like a 1.3 KD, or not a 1.3, a 0.3 KD. I feel like they're the ones that get the best experience out of Call of Duty because you don't get into sweaty lobbies and you get to buy bundles and stuff. Again, SPMM is made for the super casual bum players that don't even know about anything behind the scenes, that don't even know anything online. They just get on the game and they just play the game, and that's it, man. So that's what I think Call of Duty is mostly made for. It's just the super casual players because they're probably the big percentage of the buyers. Like us COD fans and us like OGs, we're probably like the top 1% or like maybe 5% of the player base. Because Call of Duty is really, guys, really think about it, is a massive video game, a massive game. So a lot of it's mostly casual players that will probably never even notice the SBMM or don't even know it exists. I guarantee you, as a casual COD player that plays once in a while, that has a few bundles, ask them, yo, what do you think about SBMM? They're gonna be like, what's that? You know what I mean? So that's how I kind of feel about it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, man. I do think that needs to be removed from COD, and it would be nice to just have regular matchmaking how it was back in the day. Like, I'm tired of sweating every game. I'm tired of proving that I'm some MLG GOAT. Like, no, man. I'm just trying to have a casual experience. That's it. And I'm trying to go about my day. But yeah, COD, like back in the day, I used to play for like hours and hours, like Black Ops 2, like those games, right? Even Black Ops 3, I used to play for hours and hours and hours a day because it was fun. It was like casual experience. You get to, oh, he killed me, okay, whatever. And sometimes, yeah, it'll get annoying, but it seems like now, man, like every game, it feels like rank play. I mean, it feels like rank play, which sucks, man. So yeah, Call of Duty, SBMM, please remove it.